Well, hi guys, welcome to the session. My name's Paul, this is Plan Z, and today we're going to be live looping using the Boss RC600 that's linked to a 505 Mark I. And I'm going to be sound checking some rectifiers, and at the end of the session I'm going to be sound checking my Plexi to see how it sounds off the back of such a loud, distorted session. So I'm hoping I can do a settings video from this video on the rectifier patches that I sound check. Let's just, before we start playing anything, let's just get orientated. So I've got let me just change the position of that microphone for a second. I've got a fourth patch here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patches, but I'm only going to be using the first 4 in this session. Now here I've got a JC120. But that JC120 is going through 2 notes cab M, where I have Mesa Boogie 412 6L6 closed back cabinet with a ribbon 121 and a 57. Now to start the jam, there's going to be 2 jams, one in drop D and then one in standard tuning. But I'll be using the synth with the JC120 and a few other bits and bobs. So my first rectifier patch on neck pickup, gain pot, tone pot, all the way up. I've got a low gain, and if you don't have a GT1000, you won't know that we've got only really the high gain channel that they've modelled for us. But of that high gain channel, there is a low, a medium, and a high gain. It's strange, but but you can fashion a clean, and this is, you know, my rectifier clean. I'm just going to pull the gain pot back a touch. Now, when I hit my button here, I've got a medium gain, so I'm going to go to my back pickup. This medium gain's got the gain at about 40. Let's boost it. Okay. Then we've got a stereo patch. So my patch 3 is a stereo patch where we can have 2 rectifiers, medium gain being pushed a bit more. And we can have that up the middle as well if we want. Now I've put in, for the settings video, I've put in a little assign here where I've got a radio tone effect. And putting that there has made it a bit tricky for me. I need to set my GT1000 up slightly differently, I think, but this is just a template area, so it's not a performance area, and this isn't a performance, it's a sound check. So yeah. So and the other patch we're going to sound check in here is a medium and low gain, but the gain is at about 30. Here's my low. Now with the gain at 30, it's still quite hot. But if we pick light, pull our pickup pots back. Okay, so I'm going to be putting a fuzz on this for part of the track, so or part of the first jam. So let's go to the JC120, let's get up and running, let's get the synth in the mix. So let's just add things so we can hear what happens. Let's go back to, do we want the neck pickup? Let's do both pickup positions. Full gain pot, tone pot on the back pickup, roll back to 9, everything else up to 10. Back a touch to 9. I'm going to put on the verb, which is a shimmer. I'm going to stick some chorus on. And I'm going to introduce the synth. Now, do I want to slow? Hang on. Yeah, Yeah, let's go there. So my first loop, I'll take on the RC600, and then I'll take a couple of loops on the 505. We were bypassing the loopers then. So what we're going to do is, yeah, let's just see if we can't get started. Stop waffling. To the 505, and I'm going to go to that low gain rectifier. I'm going to stick a bit of a fuzz on. I'm going to pull my gain pot back. I'm going to be in both positions of the gain pot. I just want to get my level right. I've been doing different amps, they've all got a different place. Yeah, I'll have that there, I think. The other loop that I first recorded is going to fade out. I'm going to go to a driven medium gain, stick on a drive and some verb, go to my back pickup, pull up the gain pot. Yeah, let's go with that. The next set of loops I'll take onto the RC600, but I'm not going to do that until I've got to the other side of the verse. Going to my main patch, sticking on a high gain, sticking on a verb. I'm going to stick on the HX effects. That's after the cabinets, just as a wet. Dry, driven, medium gain, back pickup, cranked.
In my hands
High gain back pickup. Introducing the synth. bringing in the earlier recorded heavier line. Gonna stick on my boost, go to the back pickup. Okay, so in the room, that felt good. I went to a cleaner vocal at the end with the low octaves to see if my clean vocal would cut across. And in the room, I could hear myself perfectly clearly. This VE500 is fantastic. Hopefully none of that was distorting or clipping, I mean, the wrong kind of distortion. So what we're going to do now is just change tuning. Going to go to a standard tuning. Slightly out all the way up by the end. It is getting quite warm in here. So what we're going to do is change channel. I've got my mode 3 set up that I can go up and down bank. So I'm going to go to where I've got the same beat looped on the 600, but I've got a different bass line. What I do need to do is take a quick sip of water. I'm just going to change the, I'll have this MIDI syncs hopefully, so they'll be changing at some point, but I'm not going to get into MIDI for a few months yet. Still trying to sort these bloody amps and cabinets out, but I think we're getting close. We're getting close. So in this one, how are we going to start this one, Paul? Yeah, let's start quite heavy. So let's go to, we're going to go to a medium gain, a high gain. We're going to go to the back pickup. We're going to stick a bit of verb on. We're going to go into that ear. I'm going to layer a part left and then another part right, and then I will figure something else out. I need to try and figure out how I'm going to arrange this version of this, but let's see how we get on. We come in with everything this time, don't we? Safely in. I'm going to go to my low gain, stick on that fuzz again. Try a different vocal patch this time. Let's bypass the loopers. So let's try. Actually, maybe let's try changing the vibe. Which one should we go to? I'm just going to go here. pickup. Feedback there on GT1000. I actually don't know what I'm going to do next. Oh, I do know what I'm going to do next. What we're going to do now is just go to a cleaner patch on the vocal. Now, I just want to end the session by testing the Plexi. So we're in standard tuning. I'm now going to the 2 notes Brownie back, which is a 51, 54, 12. I've done it with an EL34. Let's go to the Plexi patch. So this is the same as my patch 1, slightly different effect setup because we've got a bit of an Eddie Van Halen thing going on in here. But I'm just going to pull my gain pot back to about 7 to start with. Bring it up a bit to about 8. Okay, so that's not sounding too bad in here. Let me just test my little thing. Okay, so what we might do is see if this guitar will sit in the mix with the Mesa Boogies, which are obviously quite a freaking heavy amp. But let's see how we get on. Some things into a reverb that are going to hold when I end my loop. I'm just trying to think what I'm going to do. Stick on a verb. Let's stick on a pretty synth. headphones, you should hear a reverse reverb to your delay to your left, and an octave one to the right, very subtle. Let's lose the HX effects reverb. Just extended it so it feeds back. And now what I could do, if I was live, I'd have set up another tune by now. And this is what I'm kind of practicing, but just using the same beats and bass for the moment. But one of the things I'll be practicing is changing the patches and going to another track, so I could maybe come to another beat here with a blank loop on the RC600 and maybe a sub bass or something, and do something like, hang on, just bring it in, really simple. Oh, sorry, I managed to cock that up. Hang on. What I want to do is hit this button when I bring it in, which I'll need to think about that. I meant to trigger, I'm just going to stop that. Let's bring that back. I just meant to trigger the blank one, I'm such an idiot. And we should in headphones just subtly hear what I did in the background, just going into the verb. Some HX effects. The synth is the SY300. Catch you later. The settings video on this, if it sounds any good when it goes to YouTube, will be coming up over the next few days with the Plexi.